Good morning, welcome to day 71 of your daily wellness, and today we have dancer's pose. So dancer's pose is really good for stretching out the front of the hips if you've been sitting or running. Excuse my red face, I actually have been running, so this is a great session today to use as a cool down if you've been exercising or if you're particularly just feeling a little bit tight. Or maybe because you want to work on your balance. So to begin with, we're going to come into our Tadasana. So remember how we were doing Tadasana yesterday. Feet can be together with the heels apart a little or hip distance. Start to get this sensation of the weight coming forwards and back until you find a central point. Stacking ankles above the heels, knees above the ankles, hips above the knees. Heart above the hips, head above the heart. Chest is open, take some nice deep breaths. Each exhale, feel the tension or stresses and strains drain away. So if you have been exercising, we're going to just take the heart rate down a little bit. If not, we're going to just take away the mental stresses or any physical stress you may have from being seated, or from maybe not moving quite enough or not recently. Grow tall. Each inhale, feel that growth and expansion. Each exhale, feel the grounding down, the releasing of what you don't need. And then from there, we're going to bring your hands to your hips. So keep that same firm foundation. Maybe allow a soft bend in the knees. We're going to roll the tailbone back and then scoop under all the way. Roll it back and scoop under. Again, roll. One more. And then keeping the hips still, we're going to do the same for the chest. So as you inhale, elbows come back, keep the hips where they are. So we're trying to make the curve through the chest. As you exhale, curve through the upper back. And now the whole spine together, all the way up. And all the way down. One more. Release it off. Take a moment, take a little bounce, let the hands hang loose, let the shoulders bounce. Turn up the corners of your mouth in a smile. And then with your eyes closed, take a moment to settle in. Feel that stacking through the spine. The weight of your body into the floor, that grounding down whilst you grow up, these opposing forces. Bring your feet closer together. In fact, bring the toes together. Maybe leave a gap between the heels, or you can bring heels together here if you want to. Interlace the fingers behind. Give yourself a shoulder roll to really open the chest to get the shoulder blades together. Scoop your tailbone a little so we're not using too much lower back, and pull the knuckles down, gazing maybe not right up, maybe not straight forward, but somewhere in between. Keep tucking the tailbone a little more as we reach the knuckles down a little more and gaze a little higher. One more, scoop your tailbone, reach down, gaze up, open the chest. From here, come back into alignment. So feel this alignment, scoop your tailbone under, chest above heart. Then we're going to pull the arms up a little. So we're getting a slightly different stretch. Allow the wrists to square off. So we're not trying to keep them together now. Allow them to square off as we lift. Make sure you've got just a little space in front as we come to a forward fold, knuckles to the sky. And then folding further, maybe a micro bend on the knees, start to look toward the shins, allow the weight of the arms to come over. So we're opening the chest, lengthening through the front body. So we've got the space to grip the foot and keep our alignment when we come into our dancer's pose. Next inhale, lifting up from the knuckles, up, 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 and then allow them to come down. Undo the interlace and give them a shake. Now maybe if like me you tend to hyperextend your elbows, you probably might have done that just then. Give yourself a few bit of elbow mobility. Maybe you're someone who's prone to hyperextending knees, in which case give yourself a bit of knee love, or with the spine, give yourself a little wiggle, whatever you need, take a moment. And then we're going to come into standing. Bring a little micro bend on the knees. Take the right foot back. So the toes are tucked under to begin with. Push into the base of the toes, into the ball of the toes. Scoop your tailbone under. So we're starting to get a bit of a stretch. Nice and active. So we're waking up the feet. So when it comes to balance, when it comes to your Tadasana, to this base, you really need to make sure every muscle of the foot is active. Every little tiny muscle wants to be stretched out and warmed up, ready to support you and to help you balance. So then we're going to take the top of the foot to the floor, the top of the toes. This time we're going to bend the knees a little more. Maybe we take it a bit further back. Really scoop the tailbone under, even leaning back a little, but keeping the length through the spine. So we're really stretching right from the front hip, down the shin and down the front of the foot. And then release it off. Take a few circles, or maybe a bit of bouncing, or whatever you need, just to release a bit of tension through the foot. And the same on the other side, so coming into standing. Micro bend on the knees. Firstly, taking the foot back with the toes tucked under. Scoop the tailbone. Heel is lifted high, so we're trying to get the heel up as high as we can, whilst pressing down into the ball of the foot, really stretching the back of the foot and the arches, and starting to get a bit of a stretch through the front of the hip. And then taking the top of the foot into the floor, maybe take it back a little wider, scoop the tailbone right under. Leaning back a little bit, really stretching out through the top of the foot, through the top of the shin. You may get a bit of cramp, I just did there. And then when you're ready, when you've had enough, bring it in. And again, a few circles, or a bit of bouncing, or whatever you feel like you need to do just to release some of that tension. Once again, come to standing. Bring feet together. Maybe the heels are apart an inch, maybe they're all the way together, up to you. From here, we're going to sweep the arms all the way up, interlace the fingers, keep the gun fingers out. Scoop the tailbone right under, big squeeze of your glutes. Look up to the hands. Grow up tall, feel the chest lift. Scoop the tailbone and then follow it back as you come into a small back bend. Keep scooping the tailbone. Lengthen up and back. Hold for 3, 2, 1. Watch the hands as you come back up to center. Release them off. Slide the hands down the front of the body into your forward fold. Maybe you bend the knees a little bit here and get more of a stretch into the lower back. Maybe you straighten the legs more and get into the hamstring. Oh, got a really itchy scar where I fell over and hit my head. Okay, just because you needed to know that, obviously. In case you're wondering why I was itching my head constantly. So whichever version you were doing, if you had knees bent, just straighten them, come into more of a halfway. If you had them straight already, bend them a little and hang. Take a little rock side to side, soft knees. And then we grow up, rolling up slowly to full standing position. Feet either together or hip distance. Find that stacking that we talked about yesterday. Don't let the weight come to the ball of the foot on the inside or all to the outside. Even it out. Lift the toes, feel the weight spread from the ball of the big toe right down to the outside edge, front and back. Place the toes down, feel the weight stack above the ankles. And then gently lift up through the right heel and take the weight in the left leg. But don't let this right hip rise up or drop down. We want to keep the level of the hips, so we want to keep them parallel. We want to keep the alignment without dumping the weight into one side. As you inhale, bring the knee up. Take a hold. Grow tall, feel that connection to the earth, working on balance. One more breath. With control, let go, take the leg down. Feel the connection with both feet, that grounding. Don't just dump it straight into the other side. Slowly take the weight over, not all into the outside edge of the foot, inside and outside, keep it equal. Inhale, lift the knee up. Take a hold. One more breath. And gently release it off. Bring the weight back onto both feet, and then we'll come towards our dancer's pose. Weight into the left leg. Inhale, bring the knee up. Exhale, take it back. Take the right hand to right foot, either holding on to the top of the foot, holding on to the inner side of the foot. It's up to you. Bring the knees together, level out the hips, scoop the tailbone under, feel that big stretch through the front of the hip. Open your chest. Take your left hand in front, make a mudra, so join the thumb and the first finger. Reach that up to the sky maybe, or you can keep it out in front. And if this is where you're at, that's fine. You can allow a micro bend on the supporting knee. If you want to extend, kick hand into foot, foot into hand, and we start to lengthen to bring the foot up and the body over. It's up to you if you've got the balance. Try and keep the hips parallel, turned down. If you fall out of it, don't worry, we all do. We all need a hand sometimes, or to come in and out. Sometimes balance just isn't right. When you've had enough on that side, bring it out, take a little wiggle through. Find your stability, your grounding. Weight into the right leg. Inhale, the left knee up. Exhale it back, take a hold with the left hand. Whichever grip you want to use is fine. You can keep a micro bend on the right leg, take the hand out to make a mudra, You can take the hand up if you want to. Scoop the tailbone under. Hold it here, or if you want to extend, kick in hand into foot, foot into hand. Start to come over, find a spot to focus on. Foot into hand, hand into foot to lift. When you're ready, you can gently bring yourself out. Now you may have seen online versions of that pose where the foot is way up in the sky, or even both hands are coming up to hold the foot from above. They are very extended versions of the pose and completely unnecessary. If you want to do that, that's great, that's up to you, but that's not necessarily the point of yoga, and there's really no need. So however far you got, brilliant. Honour that that's where you are today, and be grateful for your body for giving you that. Take a moment now to sit down. However's comfortable for you is fine, and allow a little slump. Push back through the mid-back, thinking cat pose. Drop chin to chest. And then take it down a little further. So if you're cross-legged or on your knees, maybe your hands are coming to the floor. If you're sitting on your butt with your feet planted, you'll start to slide down over the knees. Breathe. I'm going to say breathe into your lower back. What I mean by that is as you inhale, feel that extension from the rib cage move down, 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 down. Feel the belly expand forwards, which will stretch the skin of the lower back. And then just bring yourself back into whatever seated position you've chosen. Let your eyes drift closed. And take a moment of relaxation. If you want to, you can lie down. And I want you to take a moment to imagine that you are standing in the middle of a jungle. Firstly, noticing the sounds of the jungle, the birds, the monkeys, the insects. Maybe you can hear running water, maybe you can hear foliage being moved around. And take a moment to think about what the jungle may smell like. Maybe it's earthy or fresh from the rain. Maybe you can smell the animals. Maybe there are flowers. And notice if any of those smells lead to a kind of taste. Can you taste the freshness or the rain? And then we come to sight. Firstly, as you look out, notice the greenness of the rainforest, or the general forest, jungle, that's the word. Notice the different shades of green and the different textures. Notice the different shapes, how some of the plants may have long vines and some may have lots of leaves and some may just be so tall. Notice the barks, notice the undergrowth. See not only the big, the colourful birds and the mammals, but the small insects. Take a moment to wonder at the delicate ecosystem, the complexity of the jungle. Take a moment to feel your place in this ecosystem. We are but another animal on the earth, being a part of the earth's ecosystem. Take a moment to feel that connection with everything around you. Maybe even to reach out and feel the things. Feel the waxiness of the leaves or the water that's running down. Take a moment to submerge yourself in the jungle. Allow the corners of your mouth to lift up in a gentle smile. Gently let the jungle drift away. Allow your eyes to come open, coming back to here and now. You can relax for some more if you want to. Otherwise, we will see what we've got for tomorrow's yoga. Okay, so tomorrow we have balancing butterfly. So another one that we can quite easily follow on from today, where we were stretching out through the feet and using the feet to feel grounded and to balance. But with a hip opener tomorrow as well, and really sort of working into the feet. So we'll do a little bit of foot massage and stuff as well tomorrow, just to let go of the tension after. So thank you for joining me. Namaste. And I will see you again tomorrow for your next dose of Daily Wellness.